I today tear down of this very big and serious Soviet-made interphone box. So it is actually a reshoot of one of my very old videos on my YouTube channel, but I believe these things deserve more than a crappy webcam video. So here it is again, and everybody who did not see the previous video will be happy. So we have a very big wall mount interphone box from Soviet something, either a bunker or a battleship or a submarine or whatnot. I do not know. It is eBay find, as always, German eBay find if I remember correctly. Must be at least 2 or 3 kilos. So you can see very serious construction. It is 20 centimeters high. Here is what it looks on the side, and on the back you can see a bunch of screws. Connectors here at the bottom. We have grounding. We have a main intercom channel, probably. We have telephone and microphone. So headset probably, and microphone. So obviously we must have a small number of contacts, not even. Maybe there is a button, push to talk button or something on the microphone, but I haven't got any accessories for it. Here on the side there is this thing which I believe is for sticking your headset or microphone, and it is actually a magnet. So probably your microphone will have a magnet metal piece, and you will put it on here and it will stick on the side. So we have on the front very heavy shell or cover or whatever you want to call it. It's loudspeaker. We have 5 channels, push buttons, and one other thing here. Maybe it is public address or something like this. We have on-off. This is radio, this is CB, so function switch, changing something, 2 lights, and probably a volume button. This is not the original button. When I did receive it, it was missing the button, so I did put whatever I found, which seemed to be vintage enough. So we will have a look inside. As you can guess, we have 4 very serious screws to undo, but if I remember correctly, this case is not really watertight. Despite of being armored like a tank, it is not watertight, so it is a little bit pointless, in my opinion. It can withstand a hammer being attacked with a hammer, but it will not hold any moisture, prevent any moisture from going in, so quite weird. So this is your cover, very thick die cast as you can see, and here is the plate with a magnet on the side, captive screws for easy repair of the thing, and here is what it looks like inside. Big giant wire loom, big speaker, and mostly relays. So there is a hinge here. You can see some of the screws are Phillips, others are slotted. So if I remove this, it will allow to flip completely the front panel. I put this out of the way, like so, for easy access and maintenance. So here you can see the back side of the connectors with some rust, by the way. I will probably clean it a little bit before I reassemble the thing. The screw is rusting out. In here you can see the wire harness with this fabric sleeve and sound around to protect. Really it is made for a lot of closing and opening cycles. quite weird. And yes, you can see there is no seal at all to prevent water from going in. So we have the push buttons, the lights, everything. Two big capacitors here. They are electrolytic capacitors, but they are not military grade at all. You find them everywhere, from oscilloscopes to TV sets or anything Soviet made. We have a speaker which is made by VEF, the famous manufacturer of radios in Riga, Latvia or Lithuania. And there is a remains of that date code stamp, October 1980, and sadly the last digit is missing. They did not put correctly the stamp, and you are missing the most important information. But here you have February 1982. So you can see the internal construction, 3 screws to keep this in place, little bit piece of fabric stuck between to prevent probably dust from entering. And here at the bottom we have circuit board with 2 power transistors, maybe for power amplifier to the loudspeaker. Connector here on the side to allow replacement of the board probably, but you will have to undo the 2 bolts here in order to pull it. And you can see there is actually a few wires going into it. We have 6 wires going in it only. But here we have another PCB with mainly 3 relays. Oh no, not even relays, they are capacitors. In a relay box, but in fact they are capacitors. 1 microfarad at 160 volts. And oddly enough, you have more wires going to this PCB than to the main PCB. What do we have else? So we have 2 power transistors. We have this thing must be sealed. They are resistors in fact. They look like capacitor, but it will be a sign done for you, but the value is 6.2 kilo ohms. So resistors in a sealed glass body, metal body with a glass insulator at the end. And exactly in fact the same case you have here for the capacitor, almost the same thing, except for the shape. But this is a capacitor, this is a resistor. We have 3 dead bug transistors here. 1 precision, where am I? Here. Resistor here. These are very nice 1 watt precision resistors at 1%. And 1 little IC here. It is a surface mount gold ceramic package, as you can see, with a little logo on it, but it is so small I do not know if I will be able to zoom. No, I cannot. It is the best I can do. This is a little transformer in green paint, trimmer here for adjusting something, 1 more capacitor here, and it is all. So the most impressive thing in it, in fact, is maybe the wire loom. As you can see, they did attach this wire loom very seriously. They do not want it to go everywhere, anywhere. Clamp here, some sticky sleeve around it, wrapped around the wire. And here we have 2 or even 3 unused wires. They did store like this, doing a little spiral with them. Interesting. We have maybe 1 more here, yes. But this one actually is extra length of wire. They did put in a, like so, in a spring-like shape. Quite weird. And totally overkill protection here, as you can see, of the wire loom. You can, I guess, cycle it a number of times before you break the wires. Quite impressive, but there is some kind of mold growing on it. It happens quite often with Soviet equipment. And what else? You can see they did write the parts numbers here. They are stamped on the plate. So you have B2 or V2 with this button, L2 with this indicator here. Okay, and the base plate is steel. With screws you did see at the rear for these standoffs here everywhere. So the most weird thing, I guess, is the lack of moisture protection on this thing. It is super armored and there is no moisture protection. So wherever you want to use it, I guess it is good to have some moisture protection. I guess this might be bunker equipment. Okay, so I will put that back together and it will go back in storage. So thanks for watching, bye bye.